fantastic story about 4 young boys from Liverpool in the early 60s who reached all around the world with their wonderful music. And we're going to start the story back in 1956. Now, in Liverpool in 1950, in fact, the whole of the United Kingdom, the whole of England in 1956, there wasn't such a thing as rock and roll. I mean, it was just started out in the States with Elvis, but we had what was classed as the traditional jazz scene, skiffle bands, and suddenly these big ships were put into Liverpool, and on these ships were the sailors that came over from New York, and they'd swap with the local teenagers for gum, records, they'd sell their records, and you know, suddenly we started to get the sounds of people like Bill Haley, Jerry Lee Lewis, you know, all these traditional were coming into England, these artists, but the music scene in England would not accept them, except it started to get big. It started to get big with all the records and all the music coming. And 5 guys in Liverpool formed a band called the Quarrymen. Anybody heard of the Quarrymen? Oh yeah. John Lennon.
Frank, could you talk a little louder? I'm hard to hear.
John Lennon formed the band the Quarrymen. And rumour had it that they used to play on the back of a truck going around Liverpool. The skiffles. Come on. We gotta rock around the clock tonight. We gotta rock the clock tonight. Around the clock tonight. You sing something. Clock strike 3. We gotta rock around the clock tonight. We gotta rock the clock tonight. We gotta rock around the clock tonight. So the Beatles were playing the Cavern, and at that time there was a promoter in Liverpool called Bob Wooler, and to sharpen up these bands he used to send them over to Hamburg in Germany, in Germany, and the Beatles went over there. There were 6 17-year-old kids, and the 5 of them went over to Germany, and they were worked pretty hard, but they sharpened their act up together, and they had leather jackets and black trousers, and they came back to Liverpool, and they played at the Cavern. And at this time, the local record store in Whitechapel in Liverpool was called Nems Music, North East Music. What was it called? Nems, N-E-M-S.
My body lies over the sea. My body lies over the ocean. So bring back my body to me. Bring back, oh bring back my body to me, Bring back, oh bring back my body to me.
Hey, what up? Hey. So the story continues. Then news got around that the Beatles released this little demo record called My Body, and somebody went into the record shop, to Brian Epstein's record shop, and said, "Can you get me a copy of My Body?" And of course, Brian Epstein, very methodical, tracked it down and got the copy and sold them all out. There was also a magazine that was formulated in Liverpool at the time called the Mersey Beat. Anybody heard of that? It was a newspaper of up-and-coming bands and concerts. It's everybody that had a guitar or anybody that had a set of drums were forming groups, yeah? But anyway, Mr. Epstein said, "Right, lads, you keep doing the gigs at the Cavern, I'm going to London." And the first...
Satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. And I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I tried. I can't get no. I can't get no. I can't get no satisfaction.
So back comes Brian Epstein to Liverpool.
Satisfaction. I can't just follow me,
and I'm sailing along with love
from me
to you.
I know, do it again now. With love from me
to you.
Now that record was given airplay on the pirate radio stations throughout many broadcast stations, and it went to number 17 in the charts. 17 in the charts. Straight away, people were starting to get their ears up about the Beatles, so John Lennon and Paul McCartney pulled out another single, which they wrote together, which went to number 1 in the charts. It set them off. Does anybody know what the second record was?
She loves me.
That's it, Brown, you got it.
She loves me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She loves me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You think you lost your love when I saw you yesterday? You keep thinking of, and you like the first to say that you love me, and you know that can't be bad. And she loves you, and you know you should be glad. Whoa! Number 1 in the charts. I think you'll understand when I tell you something. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. And when I touch you, I feel happy inside. It's such a feeling that my love I can't hide, I can't hide, I can't hide. So that was that, and other songs to follow suit was Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, and an album was produced, and the Beatles were getting bigger and bigger and bigger, which brings us now to the next song, which happened just before the Beatles did their first tour at Shea Stadium in 1965. Does anybody know what that number 1 record was called? In 1965.
I saw her standing there.
Film, and that was a single. Thanks, darling. The song.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Ben. The song. Buy me love. Oh, can't buy me love. I buy you a diamond ring, my friend, if it makes me feel alright. Feel alright. But I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't want those diamond rings, and I'll be satisfied. I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. Oh! Got a good reason for taking the easy way out.
That's all I know.
And as I say, the albums were flowing and they were getting bigger and people wanted them more and more. And you know, in 1966 was the peak, the ultimatum, but suddenly something terrible happened in 1966 because they were so big that they did that, yeah. My sweet Lord, my sweet Lord, I really want to hold you, I really want to hold you, really want to hold you, Lord, but I know my Lord, my Lord, my that surprised the Beatles. They had 2 successful songs there, but Paul McCartney. Oh,
But the trouble seems so far away. Now it looks as though they oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
hey, well, everybody.
It's love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
Love is all you need.
Love is all you need.
Love is all you need.
Love is all you need.
1969 was the end of the Beatles. It was the last concert on the rooftop.
You read
in
mine.
Savile Row. As it looks like the Beatles were going to split up, and that was the end of
They are very spoiled.
Spoiled, yeah.
And they never got back together again. They did a few things together, like Yellow Submarine. Does anybody remember that?
Oh, yeah. Lulu's favorite. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. A yellow submarine.
In the land where I was born, in the land beneath the sea, and the dead in the land of submarine. Hey, we all live in a yellow submarine. Hey, a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. Gonna say it here? No, sir. There must be an answer. Does that give you a clue?
When I find myself in clouds of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be. In my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 Speaking words of wisdom. Let it be.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Franklin England.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just heard the Beatles story. And when you hear them songs, you will remember. But I want you to put your hands together for the man who put this night together, Brewster, and of course, our wonderful guitar player, Rick Steele. Have a safe journey back home if you're going home. If you're staying, we'll see you. We may do it all.
Oh, he got 3 seats. Here we go.
I'm strumming my porch swing. Sitting on my porch. Smell of the shrimp beginning to boil. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of song.
salt? Where's the salt?
Some people say that there's a woman to blame, but I know
It's marked to the wall.
it's all man's fault. I don't know the reason I stayed here all season. Nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. Oh, but it's a real cutie. Frank got one on his booty. Frank right there. Don't ask me how I know. Wasted away again in Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Last part again.
Okay.
Some people say that there's a woman to blame, but I know
It's Jerry's fault.
it's Jerry's fault.
All right, Rick. All right, Rick. Not one more, another.
There you go.
Another. We can't do
Learn
one
around
more, we
my
do
opinion,
another.
yes, very
What's
good.
your favorite song, Ram Man? I may not know it. What is it?
Well, you know my favorite.
What is it?
What is it?
What? What is it?
That's it.
Oh, Jack Green.
Oh.
Either one. Either one. Either one. You guys get
True story. I was working with Jack Green at the Willie Nelson Dinner Theater about 1993. Every Saturday morning we'd do shows together. And after the show that morning, Jack said, "Rick, would you like to go next door and do another show with you?" I said, "Sure, Jack, I'd be glad to go." "Where are we going?" He said, "The Opry." And I said, "Which Opry?" He said, "The Grand Ole Opry." The Grand Ole Opry. And I grabbed my guitar and jumped in his green van, and we rode about a block or two. We got backstage. I remember walking in backstage at the Opry that morning. It was probably about for the noon show, about 11 o'clock. And there was little Jimmy Dickens and Roy Acuff's back rooms and Jack Green's. And I walked in and sat down and fixed a cup of coffee. And Jack was kind of quiet this morning. He said, "Rick, would you sing for me this morning?" I said, "Sing what? What would you like? I'll sing anything for you." I thought he meant right there. And he said, "No, here's my guitar, Rick." He said, "Go sing my first song today. I don't really feel that good." And I said, "Out there?" And if you would, for my closing tonight, because I have to get up at 5:45 in the morning. They've got me getting off the ship for immigration purposes in the morning. I'll close with what I think is probably one of the greatest songs that I ever got the opportunity to sing, and the only song I ever got to sing at the Opry. And it was also written by the same guy that wrote He Stopped Loving Her Today. The old hometown looks the same as I step down the street. There to meet me is my mama and my papa. Down the road I look, and there runs Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to meet me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. Yes, still standing, though the paint is cracked and dry. There's that old oak tree that I used to play on. Down the lane I walk with my sweet Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Let's sing this third verse here. Then I wake and look around me at the four gray walls that surround me. Then I realized that I was only dreaming, 'cause there's a garden and there's a sad old padre. Arm in arm, we're gonna take a walk at daybreak, and then I'll see the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. Yes, it's good to touch the green,